Welcome to Mindset Apex. Take a breath. Not for comfort. For focus. Because this message isn't romantic, it's anatomical, psychological, and brutally real. There's a person who keeps popping into your thoughts. Over and over. When you're busy. When you're quiet. When you're tired. When you're falling asleep. And you interpret it like a poem from God. That's the first mistake. Thought repetition is not a spiritual notification panel. It's a mental scar tissue of experience. Let's rip the first illusion off its roots. You are not remembering the person. You are remembering the impact they had on your emotional nervous system. And impact isn't love. Impact is imprint. Imprint is residue. Residue behaves like a ghost when it was never cleaned up. Your brain stores emotions faster than logic. It files people under effect on self, not importance of soul connection. And when a person causes a sharp emotional spike, that spike is archived like evidence, not like destiny. Scientists call this emotional memory encoding inside the limbic system. One core structure responsible for that is the amygdala, a primitive alarm center that remembers emotion, not faces, not names. Limbic system amygdala. If someone made you feel intensely seen, loved, betrayed, safe, insecure, hopeful, or shaken, your amygdala said, "Oh, this matters. Save it." Now here's where the haunting begins. The limbic system doesn't care if the person is still in your life or not. It just knows the emotional loop their exit created never finished its cycle. Emotional loop. You didn't get closure. You didn't say what you needed to say. They walked away before your brain emotionally logged out. They vanished while the emotional tab was still open. Your mind isn't sending you love letters. Your mind is screaming in echo form. You didn't finish this psychological transaction. There are 4 brutal engines driving the replay. 1. Lack of closure. The mind hates unfinished endings. Not because it loves the person, but because the brain can't file them until it knows the ending clearly. Unfinished things return more than cherished things. 2. Identity entanglement. With that person, you had a different emotional posture. Maybe you were softer, braver, more vulnerable, more confident, or more expressed. And when they left, that version of you left too. The brain doesn't just lose a lover. It loses a behavioral identity state. And identity collapse is louder than affection. 3. Intermittent validation. Some people love you inconsistently. Hot, cold, present, absent, gentle, distant, kind, silent. That unpredictability creates a neurological trap. Your brain boosts dopamine when rewards are unpredictable, the same mechanism behind gambling addiction. Dopamine reward system. So the repetition isn't love. It's addiction to a randomized emotional payout schedule. 4. Trauma echo. The person resembled someone who shaped you emotionally in childhood or your first emotional wound story. Maybe they carry the emotional temperature of a parent, an ex, or your first heartbreak. So your brain treats them like a familiar psychological mold. Familiar pain feels like connection to the primitive brain. So ask yourself slowly, honestly, did they love you intensely? Or did they just interrupt your emotional numbness dramatically? Because interruption is not indication. It's disruption. Love doesn't replay. Unresolved disruption replays. Now listen carefully to the next truth. If someone keeps returning to your thoughts, it means your system is trying to do one of these silently. Make sense of what happened. Rebuild the lost part of you. Correct the story retroactively. Or seek the emotional nutrients you didn't find elsewhere. This is not emotional telepathy. This is emotional deficiency paperwork your brain once processed. Let's murder the romance assumption even deeper. You think, they come to my mind because they're meant for me. No, they come to your mind because you are not finished rebuilding the part of yourself that got tangled in them. You're grieving a mental shape, not a soul bond. If destiny wants a person, destiny makes the person choose you in reality, not in memory. Memory is not prophecy. Memory is a post-mortem filing error when the death is emotionally unclear. And here's where your misuse of strength comes in. You keep holding people with perseverance slogans like "never give up." Wrong battlefield again. Never give up is for building a mind strong enough to hold love without losing yourself inside it, not for trying to hold the person who fractured you. Let's shift into action, slowly pronounced, emotionally delivered, logically structured. Tomorrow your job is this. Stop interpreting recurring thoughts as fate. Start interpreting them as unfinished neurological adaptation. Stop starving for their return. Start rebuilding your identity grid. Stop waiting for signs. Start building discipline and emotional control. Stop running emotional analysis in your head. Start running emotional accountability in your routine. Stop trusting your emotional impulses blindly. Start training your emotional endurance intelligently. You don't silence thoughts by pushing them away. You silence thoughts by giving the brain a stronger identity story to replay than the old emotional imprint. Because transformation works like this. Pain keeps talking until growth becomes louder than the narrative pain created. So your mind replaying someone means you haven't upgraded yourself past the emotional role you played with them yet. Once you do, the haunting stops. Not because you forced it, but because it no longer fits your internal identity system. Some people are crossroads, not companions. Crossroads repeat mentally. Companions repeat emotionally. Life partners repeat behaviorally. But your video title tries to assign life partner logic to memory pulse sensation. Truth. It might just be a pattern termination request your brain once handled, not honored. When love is real, thoughts don't act like pending notifications. They act like steady internal calm. When trauma is real, thoughts don't stop replaying until the lesson is processed. When ego is real, thoughts replay in what-if form, not destiny form. And you need to grow smart enough to tell the difference. Let me drill this into a sentence your future self will approve of. The repetition isn't love. The repetition is the mental repair job left behind. So what do you do now? Listen to this slowly, like a man whispering truth, tired but intentional. You don't give up on love. You give up on mental confusion. You don't give up on possibility. You give up on identity collapse. You don't chase the person. You chase the emotional literacy that would prevent the haunting in the first place.